Have you ever witnessed a moment of kindness so genuine and unexpected that it left you completely inspired? Now imagine that act coming from someone who's often surrounded by wealth and privilege, someone you might not expect to stop and notice those in need. This is the story of Barron Trump and his unexpected act of kindness toward a homeless man that's capturing hearts and going viral online. What happened that day reveals a side of Barron that few have seen, and it's a story you won't want to miss. Let's dive in. Introduction. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories that remind us of the good in the world. Today, we're talking about Barron Trump, a young man who's often in the shadows of his famous family, but proved in one defining moment that his heart and character speak volumes. It's a story about a simple day in the city that turned into an unforgettable lesson in kindness. Stay with me as we explore how Barron's thoughtful and unexpected act of generosity toward a homeless man became an internet sensation and a reminder of what it means to look out for one another. The encounter, a chance meeting. It was a cool autumn afternoon in Washington, D.C. The streets were alive with their usual energy. Tourists snapping photos of historic landmarks, professionals rushing to their next meetings, and vendors selling everything from coffee to street art. Among the crowd was Barron Trump, dressed casually, blending in more than you'd expect for someone from such a famous family. Accompanied by minimal security, Barron was out running errands and enjoying some rare personal time. But what started as an ordinary outing turned into an extraordinary moment when he crossed paths with someone who needed help. The act of kindness, a genuine gesture. While walking down a quiet side street, Barron noticed a man sitting on the sidewalk with a small cardboard sign that read, "Hungry and in need of help." The man, visibly tired and weathered, had a small bag of belongings by his side. Barron paused. Most people walked by without a second glance, caught up in their own lives. But something about the man caught Barron's attention. Instead of continuing on his way, Barron approached him. The homeless man looked up, surprised. It wasn't every day that someone stopped to talk to him, let alone someone like Barron Trump. The act of kindness, a genuine gesture. Barron knelt down to speak with the man, asking his name and listening to his story. The man, whose name was Thomas, shared that he had been struggling to find work and had ended up on the streets after a series of unfortunate events. Barron listened intently, showing genuine empathy and concern. Then, without hesitation, he reached into his wallet and handed Thomas several bills. But he didn't stop there. Barron told Thomas to wait and stepped into a nearby cafe. A few minutes later, he returned with a warm meal, a cup of coffee, and a bag filled with extra food. He handed it to Thomas with a smile, saying, "I hope this helps, even just a little." The crowd reacts, a moment to remember. By this time, a small crowd had gathered, watching the interaction from a respectful distance. Some people began snapping photos and recording videos, moved by Barron's kind gesture. One passerby, who later shared the story online, said it wasn't just what Barron did, it was how he did it. He wasn't doing it for attention or to show off. You could tell he genuinely cared about helping that man. As Barron prepared to leave, he shook Thomas's hand and said, "Take care of yourself and don't give up." Thomas, visibly emotional, thanked him repeatedly, his voice filled with gratitude. The internet reacts, a viral moment. It didn't take long for the story to go viral. Photos and videos of Barron's act of kindness flooded social media, with captions like, "Barron Trump shows true compassion," and "a heartwarming act from a young leader." People from all over the world chimed in, praising Barron for his humility and generosity. Many noted how rare it is to see someone from such a high-profile family take the time to connect with someone in need on such a personal level. Why this moment matters. A lesson in humanity. This wasn't just about giving money or food. It was about taking the time to see someone, to listen to their story, and to show compassion. Barron's actions remind us that no matter who we are or where we come from, kindness has the power to make a difference. In a world that often feels divided, this small but powerful act of humanity stood out as a reminder of what really matters: connecting with and caring for one another. What we can learn, takeaways from Barron's kindness. So what can we learn from this story? First, that even the smallest gestures can have a big impact. Stopping to help someone in need doesn't just change their day, it can inspire others to do the same. Second, Barron's actions show us the importance of empathy. Taking the time to listen and show kindness isn't about status or wealth. It's about being human. And finally, this story reminds us that acts of kindness, no matter how simple, have the power to ripple out and inspire the world. Conclusion. A story that inspires. Barron Trump's unexpected act of kindness toward a homeless man isn't just a feel-good moment. It's a powerful reminder of the impact we can all have in someone's life. His compassion and humility have won over hearts across the internet, proving that sometimes it's the smallest actions that leave the biggest impressions. It's a story that reminds us all to look for ways to help, to connect, and to make the world just a little brighter for someone else. Outro. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.